Kingdom people are called to have a living hermeneutic. What that means is that the Bible is living and breathing. It's not a dead text. An example of this is in Exodus 3:6, which God is speaking to Moses and he says, "Moreover, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob." Now, if I were to go to seminary and ask them for an interpretation of that text, it would be a historical passage. God saying, "I knew your fathers," to Moses. I am their father. I introduced myself to them, and now I'm introducing myself to you. Anybody that tried to extend that passage beyond that and use it for, say, something like the resurrection of the dead would be accused of practicing bad exegesis. Interestingly, in Matthew 22, verses 31 and 32, we see the incarnate Word say the following: "But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken to you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob? God is not the God of the dead, but of the living." Now that is a mind-blowing form of exegesis that Jesus practiced. That's a living hermeneutic. He was reading Exodus 3:6 and saying, God is saying that I am the God of these who presently live, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so that verse is so meaningful to us as kingdom people because it means that when God says no weapon formed against you shall prosper, he's not simply talking to Israel, he's talking to you. That whenever a scripture is stated, it's not stated simply over some past event, but it's presently living in your life. And if you're going to be a kingdom person, you have to have a living hermeneutic. This should be breathing through you, it should be in you, and everything that you read in this applies to you in a way that's alive and true as when it was first said, as true as when it was first written. If you don't read the Bible that way, you're missing the spiritual truth. And quite frankly, you're acting as a Sadducee. Be like Jesus. Have a living word in your mouth.